Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the women's bantamweight bout for the undisputed women's bantamweight belt between Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes 2. So we have this bout, Pena versus Nunes 2. How I see this one right here. I'm going about average confidence Pena. I feel like the odds are a little bit disrespectful, especially given the fact that she stopped her in that fight. The fact that once you already get a W on somebody and in the immediate rematches, the odds of the loser winning is so low. I feel like the odds should be closer. But hey, Nunes, I guess, she did what she did. She's the greatest women's MMA fighter of all time currently. So out of respect, people like saying, even though she lost, even though she got stopped, her excuses or whatever her reasons for losing or lack of motivation or sick, poor weight cut are valid. So she should again be favored. Not to the big degree she was in the first fight, but still to a decent degree. So I wish have a Nunes, not Nunes, but Pena at like plus 200 or something, plus 240. I don't know where the odds are at currently, but I definitely don't think they shifted too much. They still go on probably on night, still be plus somewhere plus 200 for Nunes on the night of the fight, unless somebody with some big spinner come in and start shifting those odds. But yeah, but nonetheless, this ain't about odds. It's about predictions. So in this one, I feel like even I said I got a prediction wrong. I'm gonna say I ain't like trying to say, well, I was right about this, right about it. I was completely wrong with the last fight. Now I'm leaning with Pena. So hey, it is what it is. If I get this wrong, right or wrong, it is what it is. But with this one, yeah, Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes. With the first fight, or in general with Nunes, I feel like when her past, when she was trying to gain some type of consistency before she went on her GOAT run, women's GOAT run. Pena was kind of a stylistic matchup that was an issue for her, like a fighter that could constantly keep coming at her, as Casgano did to her. That was her last loss prior to Pena. Like, Nunes came out trying to run right through Casgano, but Casgano just wasn't going away. And then she started turning it back up on her, like she gave her all, and then Casgano was still there, and then Casgano just started ragdolling her and dominating her once Nunes emptied her gas tank. And gave her everything she got, and just went on there to just dominate Nunes from there on out. Or a fighter, basically what I'm trying to say, a fighter that can just push a pace, and break you. That's what she is. Don't have to be the prettiest fighter, and usually isn't the prettiest fighter. Is the fighter or the most technical fighter. It's the fighter. I mean, they skilled and technical as well, but it's not like they'll pretty sit back and throw jabs, feints, and kicks. Like I'm doing shade that out of sign. It's not that person. It's the fighter that's gonna get there, bite on that mouthpiece, go for the takedowns, whether they be the prettiest shots or the ugliest shots, but go there, make the most of it and keep working, constantly faced on 1,000 punches. And like that fight that's gonna drown you basically. And Juliana Pena was that. If you would have got and I said the same exact thing last video. Last video as far as them, I said Pena prior to coming off the Ultimate Fighter, and where Nunes was at that point, Pena would have been a huge favorite over Nunes at that point. And then when she went on, we could say hey, history, time is just a construct, and did what she would have done to her in the past, in the present, and now she's champion. But yeah, all I'm saying, I feel like Pena at her best was a bad stylistic match for Nunes, especially now at the point in time. I feel like Nunes is not there. I'm not even trying to give Nunes no excuses, but I would definitely feel like there's really nothing for her left to fight for. She's already GOAT. Anything else is just giving someone else an opportunity to maybe giving themselves a GOAT argument. Like look at Kayla Harrison. She fights Kayla Harrison. She don't owe Kayla Harrison nothing. She could retire, and Kayla Harrison got to fight like 30 fights just to and win like 30 fights. I'm exaggerating, but win like 30 fights just to be the GOAT, unless she beats Nunes, and then all of a sudden she wins like 3 or 4 fights, or maybe 2 or 3 fights, and win like a UFC title. Now she's the GOAT. Similar to what happened with Cyber. Cyber was undefeated basically for like 10 years or something in MMA. Then Nunes beats her. Nunes does some stuff first, she wins some belts, and then she beats her, and now Nunes is the GOAT just by beating her. So when you give somebody a chance to beat you, after you build up your resume, that also now they beat you, and they don't have to do as much work to be the GOAT because they beat you. Like Cyber could easily have not fought Nunes, and prior to this day will be recognized as GOAT or been like an argument. But now that Nunes beat her, yeah. So all I'm trying to say, Nunes really ain't got much upside to fighting Kayla Harrison unless they make it a big money fight. That's about it. So I don't really feel like Nunes has the same hunger. So I'm questioning Nunes' hunger. I feel like in her last fight, she wasn't, in the first fight between them two, their last fight, she wasn't this hungry. Yeah, she wasn't this hungry. And I don't feel like she is hungry now. It's like really no real motivation. Now that Kayla Harrison signed a major contract deal, like that fight ain't happening anytime soon if it is to happen. So it's like really nothing left for her in the game. Like I feel like she's gonna train hard. She's gonna have the mentality like I'm training hard, but I don't feel like it's really deep down in her like that. She has so hungry to win this fight. And even if she loses to Peanut again in absolute dominant fashion to Peanut, like absolute dominant fashion. Like she get outboxed, she get slammed, get suplexed, get karate chopped, get axe kicked, whatever the case may be. Peanut is not going to be no contention for the GOAT. Like Peanut ain't taking no GOAT title. She's far from it right at the moment. She needs more than just to beat Nunes. She could beat Nunes however dominant she wants, but she's not still in the title. So I don't know where I'm going with this one. At least I'm just feeling like Nunes just ain't all hungry. It really ain't much for her to lose at this point. This a loss here, probably cause it. I'm gonna bring her career to closer to an end, but it's not really going to damage her GOAT title too much because I feel like she fully got that solidified in most people's eyes. But anyway, yeah, I just feel like Pina's a bad stylist to match up for her if she comes in. But hey, if Nunes comes in game, the fight's open on the table. But Nunes not, like any bit of sharpness, Pina will just run over her again. Not necessarily like just run over easy, but she'll do what she does. She'll have some hard first rounds or hard moments early, dealing with Nunes' explosiveness, dealing with Nunes' power, dealing with Nunes' technique. But his technique starts to fade, the power starts to fade, and it just comes down to who wants it more. I feel like Pina gonna beat her every single time there. Or maybe if Nunes worked on she could work on uppercut, but I feel like maybe the best thing she could do is work on fight IQ, some little mental games in there. And probably try to sneak a submission off her back. Because I feel like that's an area where Pina can feel too safe in, and she has got caught twice by, kickboxers because she feels too safe on top. And maybe Nunes should be able to do that, but we have not really seen Nunes look particularly great off her back. So that's really what she looked worse off her back. She acting like a wrestler. Like she might be a BJJ black belt, but she kind of acts like a wrestler off her back. She kind of like very uncomfortable there, or is it maybe it's a mental thing in the cage? But yeah, I just feel like I'm gonna say Juliana Pena. I'm gonna say third round submission. I feel like I'm gonna go a little bit longer than the first fight, but like tense first round. Nunes having some moments in the first round, but a continual downward effect is like Nunes just starts to get tired, get worn out, just by the pace of Pina and just her relentlessness, her pressure, just constantly coming, attempting to take down, throwing shots, and just break her down. Like she'll make some adjustments, but ultimately the same flaws going to show that reveal themselves once again, and Pina just breakdown effect. Then they're tired is also Nunes on this tap, friendly quick tap, third round submission. So in this fight, I got Juliana Pena via third round submission.